In honor of the Academy Awards, we are covering Best Picture. To keep things moving along, I trim the musicals and select movies. On the left-hand side, if the text is red, it was omitted, but if the text is green, then there is a clip to follow. They are all great movies, but I stuck with the classics. Enjoy part 1. 1931-1932.
The pricing.
Will you go up to 166?
166. Hey, wait a minute.
In 1934, Clark Gable was the man.
Here comes a car.
Okay, now watch me. I'm going to use number 1. Keep your eye on that thumb, baby, and see what happens.
I stood up my eye on the thumb.
Clark Gable, again, 1935.
Oh, Lordy.
Clark Gable, again 1939, in his most infamous role.
Red, you go. Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Seems a small change started with glorifying women more.
Look now, you are king in the chapel, but I will be queen in my own kitchen.
You will be queen wherever you walk.
Funny thing is, the youth today are saying the same thing. It's an endless cycle.
It is a story of youth, too, of young people who hold aloft against the shadow of the present everything that is brightness for the future. Mrs. Miniver is as great in its rich moments of quiet tenderness as in its vivid moments of unbridled terror.
The infamous Casablanca with Humphrey Bogart.
You're getting on that plane.
I don't understand. What about you?
I'm staying here with him till the plane gets safely away.
No.
Many things. You said I was to do the thinking for both of us. Well, I've done a lot of it since then. It all adds up to one thing. You're getting on that plane with him. You'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life. He's looking at you, kid.
I believe every December we remember Bing Crosby. But did you know?
Would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are?
This movie might have highlighted the idea that drinking was more socially acceptable.
Nat, weave me another.
Better take it easy.
Don't approve of drinking?
Not the way you drink.
Drinks my liver, doesn't it, Nat? It pickles my kidneys, yeah. But what does it do to my mind? It tosses the sandbags overboard so the balloon can soar. Suddenly I'm above the ordinary. I'm competent, supremely competent.
I love this movie because a real veteran played this actor with no arms.
Mind if I ask you a personal question?
I know what it is. How did I get these hooks and how do they work? Well, I'll tell you. I got sick and tired of that old pair of hands I had. You know, an awful lot of trouble washing them and manicuring my nails.
Most kids today don't realize that the Jewish people had some real opposition right here in America.
How do you do, Mr. Green?
How do you do?
Clar, are you? You follow the Hebrew religion yourself. Some mistake because we don't have a free room in the entire hotel.
I'm Jewish and you don't take Jews. That's it, isn't it?
I never said that.
If you don't accept Jews, say so.
This movie was based on a true person, Huey Long from Louisiana.
According to the tables which we have assembled, it is our estimate that 4% of the American people own 85% of the wealth of America.
More female lead roles started to catch on.
The kid, Junior that is, will be down in a minute unless you'd like to take her drink up to her.
The atmosphere is very Macbethish. What has or is about to happen?
What is he talking about? Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Excited beyond belief to see this movie at 7 years old, my father still painstakingly begrudges getting dragged to Howdy Doody instead. Classic Marlon Brando puts on a performance of a lifetime.
It wasn't him, Charlie. It was you. Night in the garden, you came down my dressing room and said, "Kid, this ain't your night."
I had some bets down for you. You saw some money.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody.
I love that in this movie the stakes were $20,000. You couldn't even get out of New York for $20K today.
Are you formally challenging me to undertake a journey around the world in 80 days?
I said this is absurd.
You have to love a good bridge blow-up scene.
What have I done?
Unfortunately, a real stunt guy died during filming of this next clip. I still remember my father calling me into the room to watch this classic chariot scene. About 1960, we realized not all girls were good girls.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I thought you were avoiding me.
What gave you that idea? Well, as a matter of fact, I was rather hurt that night you stood me up.
I don't blame you. It was unforgivable.
Couldn't help yourself. I mean, when you're having a drink with one man, you can't suddenly walk out on him because you're having another date with another man. You did the only decent thing.
I wouldn't be too sure. Just because I wear a uniform, that doesn't make me a Girl Scout.
Lawrence of Arabia. He's an English guy. He came to fight the Turkish.
Sex in movies was on the rise, and this film captured it.
Ways to make a great lady of you?
Most of the time I was in France.
How lovely you're looking, child.
It's good to have her home.
Good day, Miss West.
Squire.
Let's all go in to dinner. Oh, dear.
Oh, my little bird.
In 1964 and 1965, musicals recaptured the award, rightfully so. They are great movies, but for copyright purposes and me trying to keep people engaged, we did not include them. In this movie, Sidney Poitier was the first black man to win an Oscar.
What do they call you up there?
They call me Mr. Tibbs. I'll have the FBI lab send you the report on this. Not that it'll make any difference.
This is the movie that Dustin Hoffman delivers an infamous line we all know.
I'm walking here! I'm walking here!
Serious war movie. Maybe we should have tried to have some compassion. That could be a part of the problem.
What did you say? One of these brave men who've been wounded in battle? Shut up! Won't have cowards in my army.
You don't see a guy in a Santa suit running top speed every day.
Come on!
Jimmy, come on! You man is? When's the last time you picked your feet, Willie? Who's your connection, Willie? What's his name? What?
Probably the most iconic film on this list. This movie should speak for itself.
In a week.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
Paul Newman and Robert Redford team up in this underrated classic.
Okay, Henry. All clear.
And here we welcome in Al Pacino, and the rest is history.
They want to have a meeting with me, right? Let's set the meeting. But if Clemenza can figure a way to have a weapon planted there for me, then I'll kill them both.
Here in less than a month, we will be handing out the Academy Awards for 2023. Part 2 will be out shortly, but until then, please submit your vote for Best Picture. Submit in the comments after you like and subscribe who will win the 96th Academy Award for Best Picture.